This is an emergency transmission. Citizens of the world, please, make no mistake. The zombie apocalypse is near. Will you cower and hide, or join us and fight? We are Dezombified. So stay on point and watch your six.
It got me again. It got me again.
Hello!
They're here. And I'm just cracking up. Oh my goodness. Hi everybody. And Sheba. Look in Discord.
General.
Yep.
General. Thank you, baby.
She's saying she can't access it.
Ah. How can she not access it?
Well, October's pretty crazy in itself. Who knows? Spirits are interfering.
I tell ya.
Yeah, that does happen. It's the time for haunts
Crazy.
and mischief. And it's too much mischief for me because I've been trying to upload my stuff lately and it's not cooperating with me. So
Oh no.
find something that it will.
So can y'all hear us? Can y'all hear us at all? Hello? Hello?
Give us some green hearts if you can hear us.
Yes. Green heart.
Hello. Or ear emoji, whichever.
I don't want ears thrown at us.
Well, you do
You're
know that
messed up.
phrase and says, friends, countrymen, lend me your ears.
Oh, this is true, but that's yeah, I don't.
Oh yes, they say yes. We hear.
Okay, good. So good afternoon. Welcome to We All Scream with the Horror Honeyz. I am here with the, well, actually, no, I'm not.
Let's give her a second to join then.
Yeah, because I started, you heard me start to say it. Because I wasn't even not in here. Ah! Miss Sheba, we need you.
We summon you, Banshiba, from the depths of the underworld. Come forth and hear our summons.
Ooh, yes. She's being forceful here.
Damn right I am.
Oh,
I'm the Dame of Death. You gotta listen to that.
whoa. Boing.
There she is.
There she is.
And listen to my summons.
Oh,
What I mean?
she looks hot. I mean, ooh, with me is the, oh my goodness. With me is the Banshee of Disguise with 1,000 creepypastas.
And
Banshiva. Yeah, voices too.
And we have the sexy. Did I mention sexy? Dame Saturday.
Oh, hi. And I have the magnificent Mary P.
Oh, hello. And as you guys heard, we have me and Mina, the undead ballerina.
And we are the Horror Honeyz. And we are excited to be here today. If you guys couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Rubber man.
Who are you killing?
No one.
No one?
I didn't do anything.
Okay.
I don't know what
Okay.
you're talking
All right. All right. I'm looking for the window that's got the stream on it. I can't find it.
I always
Where'd it go?
pretend Banshiba is topless, even though I know she's not.
Nah.
I'm not that far away. Oh, sorry. No. Mm-mm. That's for Red Light District.
Ooh. Ooh. Red light district, red light district. I mean, what? Bum,
Red
bum,
light,
bum,
green light.
bum. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, I'm sorry. We have this is not really, and we're not really starting this because we actually started this already last month, but we're continuing it. We're going into depth a little bit more on American Horror Story. We are going
Deep.
into
Deep into it. Yeah.
Apex deep here.
Oh goodness. We're gonna need some wading boots, all the way up to our thighs or maybe higher.
I have those. I have those. I have to find them. I think they're under my bed. Patches. God dang it.
Uh-oh.
You stole my boots.
Cannot be held responsible, okay? Nope.
Yes,
nope,
you
I did
can.
not.
No.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to warn everybody. I'm going to warn everybody right now. There are a lot of things that go on in murder house. Blah, 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 blah. And that's what season 1 is called. It actually didn't have a name until later after the original series had played. It didn't. The people weren't calling it Murder House yet officially. But there are a lot of things going on in Murder House. There are a lot of things that we are probably not going to get into because we won't have time. But there will be spoilers. So
Yes.
if you haven't seen American Horror Story season 1, Murder House,
cover your eyes.
What the hell are you waiting for?
Yeah, what are you waiting for? But we're sorry. Kinda not sorry.
We regret
You should have
nothing.
watched it.
We have, oh my goodness gracious. There's so much going on in chat and I want to talk about right now, but we gotta keep going. Reminder that this week on October 13th is Creepypasta Day. I honestly did not know that that was a thing until I was told by As a Raven Dreams. So that was interesting. Actually, Sabian told me, and is Sabian here? I don't see him listed yet. I see him coming up in a conversation going on in Discord, which I forgot to mute. Hold on, there. And we also need anybody who has any idea what fan art, what cosplay pictures, what art of any kind, and who has an idea of what patches might look like.
Show me, guys. Come on.
Here's our email. weallscream.horrorhoneyz@gmail.com. Send it to us. Send it to us. Send it to us. There's really no deadline. We do this all the time. So
I just dropped my black lipstick on the floor. I don't want to step on it. I'm going to step on it.
Oh, no,
you're
don't
gonna
step
totally
on it.
step
Don't
on
step
it.
on it.
Another girl little cliche. Oh, girl cliche.
We typically open. We typically open the fan art on the 3rd or 4th week of the month, and or because sometimes we do it both. Last week we even read a story from our mail. Thank you, Horror Goddess. Yeah. So before we get into Murder House, but first,
Remember to like, share, subscribe, and ring that bell to get more people in here, damn it. I don't need to keep telling you guys this. You should know it by now. Oh.
Ring those bells, baby. Come on.
Yeah, do the share. Do the I just went blank. Do the share, do the bell. If you
Make
want
sure your
to,
notifications are turned on for everything.
and do your
Patches
like.
gets real upset if you guys don't remember that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
And-
Patches gives me a list. I check it twice.
She's gonna find out who's naughty and nice.
Patches
Patches.
ending Saturday, coming to town.
That's my relationship app. Oh, yeah, that's Patches.
I had this really neat little and I'm gonna put this in the chat because this is really cool looking. I don't know if you ladies got to watch it, but I'm gonna put this in here. This is on that's on Creepypasta Day for this year. Tube account is Been Drowned, which I thought was very appropriate. So, our question of the day is: what is your favorite episode and character in season 1 of American Horror Story?
Oh, Lord. Oh.
No, that's a toughie.
Now, before we get to
Not for
that, let's see who's in the chat.
Hello.
Going backwards, we have PA Nightmares. Hello.
Hello.
We have Josie. We have as the new Titan. Hi, Satyr. We have the fear of the great white.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yes. Hey,
We
Boggs
have-
official. Hello, dear friend.
And I have to apologize to Boggs. He sent me a story he wanted me to look at, and I just found it yesterday.
Uh-oh.
I am so sorry. I don't know if you still need that. I will send you a Twitter because that's where it came from, and
Snap
we can
out
talk.
of it.
Yeah, I need to snap out
Yes.
of it. We have the demented vibrator of death, otherwise known as the amazing what the fuck.
Oh, no.
We have horror goddess, who is right now gender fluid goddess.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hey, surf the waves. You have to.
it's very, very, very fun. We have realities in perspective. Hi. We said Josie. We said. I saw Soul Cake there, Soul Caker.
Ooh,
Hello.
Dolphin crew. My favorite crew.
Hello.
You're in his house.
Good grief, you guys. I am so
So
sorry.
many people.
There's so many people. There's Dezombified. Coffin Crew. I haven't seen Coffin Crew in a while. Da-da-da. Creepy Clown Girl. We had some exciting news from Word. Dezombified coming up after us this afternoon. So we're going to try to stay on time as much as we can, which means some things might get pushed out. As we talked about before, you all kind of know. Well, not kind of. You all know what what American Horror Story is. We don't have to explain that, right?
No.
Right.
It explains
Explain
itself
it.
pretty
I don't know
well.
what it is. Can you tell me? I don't know.
I still think, and I don't know if people still say this, but I still think one of the coolest thing about the series is the rotating cast and crew, where an actor or an actress is playing more than one in the series, in the
Mhm.
overall
Yeah,
series, not the season, but the overall series.
yes, that is amazing in itself, and they can look drastically different from one another. And
Mhm.
also, I love the prosthetics that they do as far as their makeup and special effects
Oh
that
yeah,
they do. Oh, that is amazing in
Mhm.
itself. Not many people can pull that off pretty well.
yeah. Murder House took its inspiration from prototypical haunted houses, violent murders, violet. Well, I guess they could be violet too. Um,
Yep.
vengeful ghosts and other sordid tales from across the United States. It also touched about like realities of the shootings in schools, like in Columbine,
Yes.
especially in
Mhm.
Columbine, for this first season, with Tate having shot up his school. We only get to see like 5 deaths that Tate does, but according to the information on this the season, Tate had killed 15 of his fellow students when he went
Yep.
through the school.
Mhm.
That is scary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Writer's Block Party with PA Nightmares is coming up right after, well, not right after us, but there's a little
Get some nice snacks, get
gonna get
comfy,
gonna
light
get
up
some
if you want
goodies.
to, and enjoy the writer's block.
Um, like I said, there's a lot of things going on in this season.
Yes.
There's a lot of setup.
Oh my god.
There are so many links outside to the next seasons that you don't even realize until you go back and watch it after you've seen some of the other seasons. I mean, there's even a link into the Roanoke's, which
Hey,
I
it
completely
really
missed.
puts Pulp Fiction to shame right there.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. We don't get all the information at once, which is kind of nice. We start with a decomposing family, the Harmons. And no, they're not dysfunctional. I couldn't even say they're dysfunctional. They are decomposing. They are
Beyond repair.
And they're just a step below dysfunctional. I will say that. Then it eventually became so afterwards.
Mhm.
yeah. Dr.
Mr. Harmon. Mr. Harmon.
Dr. Harmon.
Dr. Harmon.
He
Yep.
is really hoping to repair the family by this move into this house, which he has no idea is going to play on his family's issues. And they have no idea that they have moved into a haunted house.
Mhm.
It is never explained. The only thing you see at the beginning, and the little actress, what is her name? Caitlin Reed
Yeah.
Mhm.
plays young Addie, and she warns these twin boys that are going into the house that they're going to die if they go in there.
Mhm.
Yes.
And they're like, "We've got bats, we're okay." And I love how they use the animal, the rodent. I want to say it's a raccoon
I thought it was
that
possum.
dies.
Wait, no, is it a raccoon? I can't remember.
See, I knew this a couple weeks ago, but now I don't.
It was some critter that died.
That died, and you see the blood being seeped into the house. That is one haunted house horror movie trope that doesn't get used enough, but it's kind of nice that it doesn't because it's not overused.
Yeah, it's an oldie but goodie. It still is a goodie, even in this smart age.
Thank you, Josie. The good old days of sneaking drink in school. Oh my goodness. You guys are lovely. I love you guys. Um, so, uh, every house has history. We know that. I kind of wish that they had not gotten a house as new as it is, but it's kind of nice that they did because it could have been more convoluted if they didn't. Because they chose Los Angeles in present day, which means they had a limited amount that house could be. The house was built in the 1920s by Dr. Charles Montgomery for his wife, Nora. He was the surgeon to the stars. And or
there's a
Doctor
little
the Stars.
crossover. There's some play with that though, his character.
Yeah.
Because
there is.
later in we pull in the whole. It's almost like a combination of Frankenstein and
he has
baby.
He has Frankenstein complex. Let's see. What else did I pull up from him? I pulled up all the characters and I pulled Frankenstein complex, surgeon or doctor to the stars. He performed illegal abortions, which he was helped with Nora. She kind of facilitated that.
Yeah.
And he was addicted to ether, and you see him ether every
Yep.
And that's one of the things that really kind of frames him and also brings him back. There was a serial killer in England who was very I don't know if addicted is the right word. He loved using ether and said things for killing his, and most of his victims were women. What happened there was their son was kidnapped by the boyfriend of one of his abortion
patients.
Yeah.
Clients.
Thank you. I don't know exactly what to call her. And
victim.
Yeah. And they kill and dismember the baby and send it back. Well, of course, this devastates Nora. And with his Frankenstein complex, Charles kind of puts the baby back together.
Yeah, he tried. You could say that his heart was in the right place.
And thus Thaddeus
was it?
No.
became infantata. And he said he used one of the girls' hearts.
Yes, there's two girls. He ended up using like the spare parts, to be able to bring her back or bring him back, the boy, which ironically, you don't hear anything about these two girls. You don't see these two girls at all. Don't know what happened to them.
Yeah. So
just that one little thing that they bring in. And it's
there's
like
some plot holes.
Yeah. They're now, Bathsheba, you gave me a link, and I think these will be the fastest way probably to get through to these. You gave me the link of the 10 horror, 10 things that made no sense about Murder House. Or actually, you gave me Asylum, and I looked up Murder House.
Yeah.
Because I would say, well, if they did Asylum, they had to do Murder House. And Asylum will be our next one.
Oh, that one's a good one.
Oh my god, that one was freaky. My god.
Yeah.
So sci-fi to a whole different level right there.
Yeah.
Number 10 was, why is Mara so old? Frances Conroy does a fabulous job as Mara. so does Alexa. Alexandria Breckenridge, who plays the younger version. I don't know if she's so much a shapeshifter as she is an age shifter. She actually just returns to her original age and back. And she uses the younger side of herself to
Actually,
seduce
no.
men.
I disagree with that. No, that's not Myra. That's not what she does. You see, when you see the younger one, if you see, you know, her younger version or whatever, that's the version, I guess, when she was murdered, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. She describes several times that men only see what they want to see.
Yes.
So the interpretation of what she looks like to them, she is her younger self. She's the sex idol. She's the nasty one. She's the one that everybody wants, you know, you know what I mean? Because there is a point that when she says, I think when Dr. Harmon puts 2 and 2 together finally, and she says, you finally are seeing things the way they're supposed to be, and she's back to her aged self. Now, discussing the age part, how does a ghost age? That doesn't really make much sense, but the fact that she is one of the characters that are dead that everyone can see. The other ones, they show themselves when they want to, but she's always there. She's constantly there. She has to be there. She's trapped.
I think
there.
it operates on a different lore, such as you know, when you explain there, they only see what they want to see. I think what it is with ghosts and how they operate is that it all depends on the perception of that person, and also ghosts don't really function the same way we do. They're not limited into a flesh body, so in a way they kind of contort their form in a way, and also they rely on the person's psyche on what they have seen.
And the other thing that they also said was something about the fact that she wasn't given a proper burial.
No, she wasn't.
No.
And
that's why she was trapped there.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's one reason why she was trapped there. But she was also not buried properly, so she didn't decompose properly. So that it said that had something to do with the fact that she could appear to the age. And we have a commercial in 60 seconds. By the time I say it, it's actually 30, right? And you touched into the next one, which is why do some ghosts appear as they die and some don't? And that's depending on
their situation, I think, what they want you to see. Because when you look at the shootings, when you look at the shootings, they all came out looking with what they looked like, you know, when they were blown up, because they wanted to show a point to Tate, trying to get him to remember, because he said he did not remember. And
well, they weren't really trapped in the house either. They were
no,
they were elsewhere.
They couldn't get on the house. They had to wait until he left the house to get to him.
Yes,
right. Yeah.
So that was another
Devil's
thing.
Night. Devil's Night.
Yeah, Devil's Night. That was a neat. I love that.
Oh, that was good.
But then again, we'll get into that because we're going into commercial. And no, I haven't seen anything but Mutant Artificial Intelligence putting out videos, which maybe that's why we haven't seen them in here.
Feeling trapped and alone?
Tired of being sick and tired?
Then there's a place for you.
Hidden deep in the forest by a fresh lake, nestled by snow-capped mountains, is the commune. Enjoy life surrounded by friends and nature.
A truly safe environment.
Albuquerque.
And when the sun goes down, we all get down and watch the sparks fly. Don't hesitate and send in your application today.
Open yourself for new experiences, imagery, sounds, and for me. Indulge in the best. You deserve it. I deserve it. We all deserve it at the Commune, Albuquerque.
Yo, it's the Writers Block Party with PA Nightmare, Video Noctis. You better recognize.
And somehow I got behind the screen here. Okay. So if anybody sees Mutant Artificial Intelligence, tell me, Mister.
Yeah, what happened?
I don't know. Hi, Chaos Knight. Welcome, Chaos Knight.
Hello.
So number 8 was, why does nobody seem to care about the Exterminator? Now, I forgot that the Exterminator was even there until I was going through the cast members. I'm so bad.
Poor thing.
His name, ironically, was Phil Critter.
There was a purpose for him. There was a purpose for him, but it was very small purpose.
Yeah, he found something he shouldn't have found and made him kill himself to protect Violet. And yeah, you ate him?
What?
Amazing what the fuck just said he ate mutant and that's why he vibrates. This really bothers me.
Oh, Lord.
I don't know.
Are you into bored now? What the hell?
Bothers me. It says that one thing should be obvious about murder houses, that no one should go there. That includes exterminators. Unfortunately, the exterminator who does pop up doesn't seem to have gotten that memo, and he got killed. Nobody comes to look for him. His company doesn't come to look for him. Nobody comes and finds out why is that van still sitting out there. Another one that disappears that nobody seems to care about, other than the fact that the realtor is really going crazy, kind of, is Joe Escadarian, the real estate tycoon who plans to tear down the murder house. That's something that's actually not explained, and I really hope at some point they explain it later. Yeah, he was. But they don't explain it. He made a deal with me, and that's how I collect souls every 10 years. But it hadn't been 10 years. Ooh. Get him, goddess. Get him. Yeah. So, they don't explain it in this season. I'm gonna say it that way. Is why if you die on the land, do you stay trapped in the house? There's not really an explanation of why that is happening. We do know that that's what happens because, especially when Addie does die, she dies before she gets on the land, and Constance loses it completely.
She wanted her there with her other children because which Constance, she's gives mixed signals.
Yes, she is.
She loves her kids, and she had a bunch of them, but they all came out different.
All of them had something.
Some kind of.
And I did find the name of the child that we don't actually see in Murder House. That's Constance, but I couldn't find anything on her. Her name is Rose. So, yeah.
Was
But
she a miscarry? No.
I don't
Yes.
I don't know. I couldn't find anything other than her name.
Trying to think
But
if that
we
name comes up
have,
on any of the other episodes.
yeah,
I don't know. I can't
Yeah.
and
remember.
I don't know where Bo
No.
was on this list, and I don't know where he went.
Bo. Yes.
Poor Bo, little guy. Well,
Yes,
little,
he
not
is.
little. Bo is a friendly child, but Bo had what is it? I can't pronounce
It's the
this, but Bo
same
had
thing. It's the same thing that the movie Mask.
yes,
That
that
little
is what
boy
it
or
is.
whatever. It's basically the same thing. I think it was some kind of genetic bone
Yeah, it
overgrowth or
is.
something.
It is. It's and I can't pronounce it, but I had it here and now I can't find it. Anyway, so Tate, Bo, I think Bo is actually older than Tate. And then Addie, who is
No,
Down
I
syndrome.
don't think he is. Excuse me. I'm so sorry.
That's
I'm
all right.
not getting sick. I'm not getting sick.
No, you don't. No corona. Please. No. Back up.
The other thing that they say is an inconsistency, and I don't think this is an inconsistency because it says, why do some ghosts know that they're ghosts and others don't? That's something we find in the paranormal normally.
Yeah.
Some ghosts don't realize they're dead, and some ghosts do.
Right.
That's not an inconsistency because that's something that's kind of normal. Yes, we are working on a newsletter. I wasn't going to bring that up, but since she just said that, we can talk about it. And there's the bacon. I knew it was coming.
Bacon.
The hands Dame Saturday back her scythe covered in lube and bacon.
Ew. I'll watch it later.
Apparently, it was easier to use than just plain eating people.
Oh, gee, is that convenient?
So now we got baked beans and bacon, which is actually really good.
Ooh, yeah.
But so number 5, did the writers think a Columbine reference was a good idea? Well, apparently they did.
The reason why I think it fit into what was going on, I mean, for the time and everything, and they always pick up current events and throw them in there. If you've noticed, anything that is either relative to the area or the time, they'll throw it in there, especially if it's taboo and it's on people's minds still. So,
and it was at the time. It was very. This was 2011, so it's not really so soon that it was still a news story. Because Columbine was in 1999. The Westfield High Massacre was 1984 time period, so it was a different time period that they placed it in.
Yeah.
And it was far enough, I think, that it was not a
quite
good,
retro,
but it was well done as far as I was concerned. The line that most people pick up is where Tate asked Stephanie, "Do you believe in God?" and she said yes, and that was directly from one of the victims was reported to do that. Number 10, why did it take so long for Violet to realize she was dead? Okay, this goes back to number 6. She didn't get it. She didn't know she was dead. I am not touching that one, goddess. That one. I saw that and I started to say it and I'm like, no. But what did bother me was, she didn't want to go to school. So that was, not a thing.
That should have been a big clue right there that something is wrong, and Mr. Psychologist's daddy didn't catch on to that. Ooh,
Right.
Shame, right?
Well, the funny
Right.
thing is that he's trying to help people when he needs the most amount of help. Like, he doesn't understand.
Yeah,
He totally doesn't have it
the
in his
ironic part of
brain
it.
that
He was
he
drawn to that
killed.
house.
Yeah, he, and that's something else that I don't know if you guys noticed when I put together the list. I of the characters, I tried to go through and put them in groups of where they were in it. So we had the Harmons, we had Dr. Ben Harmon, we had Vivian Harmon, we had Violet, we had their dog Haley, and we had Jeffrey Harmon and Michael Langdon. Michael Langdon comes up later in American Horror
Apocalypse.
Story. You will see him later. And so you those are the Harmons, and I include Michael in there, even though his father is Tate, because his mother is Vivian. Alex just disappears completely at some point. It's like the dog's gone.
Oh no, the dog ended up with a realtor.
Yeah, but it was just the dog's gone. The family doesn't even realize it. Nah. And I tried to group them. Involved with them mainly is Haley McLean, who is the student of Dr. Harmon that he had the affair with, and that's one of the cliches right there. Cheating husband who is a professor who has an affair with his student.
Hayden. What a pain in the ass.
She has rejection issues. She's a stalker. Larry kills her. Not.
That is a funny scene. I'm sorry.
That is hilarious.
But it's just like, oh, she's dead. Oh, she's definitely dead.
Yeah, no, casual about it. That's the effed up part.
And then Ben's standing there. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! What happened? Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! And Larry keeps saying, "You didn't do it. I did it. You didn't do it. I did it. You didn't do it."
Yeah, but he
You're fine.
used that as blackmail later.
He does. He does use it as blackmail.
So everyone is drawn to this house for a reason, and they all seem to be centered around.
And her sister comes looking for her,
and she shows up.
When she shows up, we see Constance's husband Hugo twice, if I remember. Once when we get the explanation of why Mara is dead and what happened between her and Constance, that Mara is dead and how she lost her eye. I think Mara got a raw deal there.
Yeah, she did. Because she was subject to the husband, Constance's husband. He preyed on her big time, and
he convinced her to agree to a relationship, or no, not even a relationship, a one-time thing. And then when she tried to say no, he
forced her, basically.
Tried to force her, and at that point is when
Constance. And she was, I don't blame her for being pissed, because when you come on to a situation like that, even though we know what's going on, why wouldn't you? I mean, with everything that she's gone through with Constance, Constance gone through. And seeing that, the first thing she's going to think, well, obviously it's the woman, that's doing it, because she's working for them. That must be the reason why, they're cheating. And of course she's the first gone.
And I think that is,
and then him after that.
To me, that's sad. Because
It didn't
She
have to play
didn't.
out like that.
You know, it could have been handled a lot better, a lot more civilized, instead of
Yeah.
just going full on berserk like that.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I would like if I would be put in that situation, I would have gone berserk on the husband.
Well, and
Mhm.
that's the thing is, this is classic in reality. Okay, is the wife always blames
The other woman.
the other woman.
Because she's attractive enough and she was obviously seducing him. You know, she looks that good. You look better than me. I have a complex. You're dead, bitch. So I'm going to go for the face.
Chocolate covered
That's-
bacon.
Hmm.
Damn it, why is that on the screen? Hi Digital Crow. Hi Joker's Demise. Why is Myra the only ghost with an extra ability? Well, actually,
I don't think she doesn't.
I don't think it is an ability per se, but I think what it is that other ghosts have their abilities and their talents, but you know, they haven't really used it yet. So you can say that the other ghosts are kind of lazy. It's like, come on, show your talent, people.
well, and the other
They're tied into their deaths, though. I mean,
yes,
their
they are.
personalities, and they're connected to the house in a certain way, because you look at the gay couple as well.
Yeah.
They a lot of them lived in that house.
Yeah.
Oh God, those
I
are so
really
funny.
think it gets discounted that Tate and the Infantata, or Thaddeus, actually worked together to scare Leia, or Lee, depending on how you want to say it, which is Violet's little friend. That they actually become friends after that scene, which I think is interesting. There's Fox Adventures as well, and Mama's arrived.
Hello.
The other ghosts can knock over stuff, but you see Tate scare and the Infantata scare the crap out of this girl. You also see in the first scenes the Infantata kills the twins. So that's not really all encompassing there. You also in the home invasion scene, in the home invasion episode, you see
oh jeez,
some of the nurses come back to save.
Yeah, so there's some silver lining to that,
there are other characters, other ghosts that do interact and do other things. Bo isn't really one that does that, but you do kind of hear
with
him.
The people. He plays with the the ball. You
the
see
ball.
that often down in the basement.
You see Bo actually. No, it wasn't Bo. It was the Infantata who actually kind of teased Tate into the basement when he was little. And you see
the fire truck.
Nora.
Or the truck.
Yeah.
His truck.
You see Nora come and let's go to see your mama, saving him from her son, which is kind of interesting in and of itself.
She was aware of it there. You notice that?
Yes.
She was aware of that. But later on, it's like she was coming back in unless she's playing the part, but she honestly didn't know because Hayden had to show her, that, you're dead. Look at the freaking hole in the back of your head. Do you not feel that? Honey, you're dead. And she didn't even know. I mean, she was too wrapped up in her own emotional turmoil of losing her baby the way she did. So
and that's something that comes back on her all the time, is she's very cycled around the baby. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because I think if I lost my child that way, I would have lost my I I don't know. I know I would have lost my brain.
Yeah, and that's just normal right there. But taken to a whole different extreme. I like that they really play on psychological issues, but really take it to a whole different level. And believe it or not, it's actually enlightening. As harsh as it is, it makes you really reflect on your own life and say like, oh, they have it worse.
Yeah. And you sit there and you're like, wow. And that plays into the end of the end of the season, when the ghosts that are there play into, that's not what I wanted to do, play into chasing out the Ramones, to protect them from what happens in the house. It's like, oh, I think this is a place we can have another child, and all of a sudden you got the Harmons are there. No, you can't have another baby here. No. And they band together to chase them out. I was disappointed that Chad, at least Chad, and Patrick were not in the ending scene with the Christmas party and everything, because I really thought that would.
They didn't have good repertoire with the Harmons. Understand that when the Harmons, when they died, they were, I mean, everyone says it was their house because obviously a lot of them were connected there or lived there in some way, shape, or form.
Right.
But since they were the newest people who owned the house, the last owners of the house, I guess, they just kind of, they didn't like those two. They didn't, because they tried to take our babies.
Well,
they
and
wanted
then
to take both of the kids.
There's also the line, and I can't remember exactly how it went, but there was also the line is, you don't own the house. You never own the house. This is my house. I think that was, and they didn't play very much into that. I think they should have done more with that. I realize they only had so much time. I get it. We're floofs. We're furry. We've been furrified, so now we're floofs.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I technically am a feathery because I have wings. Does that apply to me? I don't know.
Wow. I don't know. Maybe. Never mind. I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not gonna.
I'm a hybrid of some kinds. I guess I would get along with them.
We know that by the end of the series or end of the season, we know that Kate is Rubberman, even though through most of the
who could we not forget about Rubberman? He is an icon in that season. Dear God.
Riley Smith is the one in the suit for 99% of the season.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tate is Rubberman. Tate is also the father of Michael, which plays into Violet really losing her crap on Tate, which I think is kind of interesting. And then there's Travis. That's another one that we don't really hear a lot of play about, even though Travis plays into some of the other. You want Gilbert Gumphrey to read your obituary.
Gilbert Godfrey. Oh God.
You know, he makes me giggle every time he reads anything, so that would be interesting. Yeah, the GIMP dude, digital. The GIMP dude. So yeah, we've got let's see, we talked about Hugo. We've got Constance, who really plays into a lot of things that's going on in this story.
She's not innocent, but she's not completely guilty either. She's kind of, I mean, she's vital. And she does things because, I don't know. I mean,
I don't know what her motivation is.
She just wanted the
house.
She wanted everything perfect.
She wanted the house back. apparently all of her family, except for her and Addie, died in the house. Again, where is Rose? She says
That's
she has
another
4 children.
Unless that
And
was the very first one, I don't know.
in all the write-ups and everything, I found Rose listed. Rose was a sister to Bo and Addie and Tate, but you don't see her. She says only one of her children turned out perfect, and even he had problems, referring to Tate, but you don't really know that until a little bit later on. And that's the other thing, is I love the foreshadowing in this show,
Yes,
period.
it is intelligent.
Oh yeah.
It's
You get
a
little bits and
lot.
pieces of things, and then all of a sudden, when you start wrapping things up, things start connecting together, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, we got 33 minutes
oh.
left, guys. But yeah, the way things foreshadow, that's something that a lot of TV series don't play into this, but that plays into the rewatchability of each season, because they tie into each other in such ways that you kind of have to go back and watch them again to catch
Oh God.
everything. And
I've
then you
watched
miss
this
things
show so
still.
many times, and I pick up something new every single time I watch it. It just blows my mind. It really does. It's like, oh.
You know what? That house in itself is actually a magnet for all sorts of dysfunctional people of all ranges, from
And
the
the house
highest of the
chooses people.
psychopaths to the most messed up of dysfunctional relationships. I've noticed that.
And like you said, the house chooses people.
Yes, it does.
For a while, the house was in 1968. The house was a kind of sorority house, for lack of a better term, where you see a serial killer come and kill 2 nursing students in the house, which we get in the home invasion. We get the reenactment of while Dr. Harmon is quote unquote back in Chicago, I think it was, Boston, taking care of quote unquote Bianca, which is really Hayden, who says she's pregnant. We have no guarantee that she actually was pregnant.
True.
She told him she was pregnant, and she believed she was pregnant.
Mm-hmm. She said that she wanted to keep the baby too, obviously, because he didn't follow through. He wasn't there. She knew it, and she could have just said, "Oh, I don't know." She's vindictive. Yes, she'd do anything to be able to get him back because she was obsessed with him.
And then she gets involved with Travis when she's dead, and ends up killing him in the house, which plays into Constance being picked up in that whole scene of her at the police station with the lawyer. Let's see, Chad. I love Zachary Quinto, and I'm so he plays the quintessential.
He does an awesome job in an asylum. I can't wait till we get there. Freaking, he's a high roller there. He's a big baller. Yeah.
I think one of the hardest characters to even like in this is Larry.
Yeah, I will have to say so. I agree there.
He's such a good actor, though. God,
he's a great actor. Dennis O'Hare is a great actor. To work with half of his face covered in burns, that was amazing. Fabulous job.
His character alone.
His character is hard to really like. Although his character is used to bring out plot points. A lot of plot
Trick or treat.
Points. Yeah.
I need $1,000. Trick or treat. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Kids.
Exactly. So we got 2011. We've got the Harmons. 2010. is when Chad and Patrick is his husband, dies in the house thanks to Rubber Man. In 1993 is when Larry kills. No, Larry is killed by his. Larry isn't killed; he's burned. Larry's wife kills their children and herself by fire and burns him. Got it.
The reason why he got burned was because of Tate.
Yes.
Tate went into his office and dumped gasoline on him and lit him on fire. And nobody noticed he was carrying gas cans with him.
Yeah. What's wrong with this picture?
I don't know, but I kind of wonder about that. I'm like, how can you not notice that? Whatever. That was right before, wasn't it? Right before he went into the school and shot everybody, wasn't it?
Yes. That was the year before he went into the school. Because the school was 1994, and they were 1993. The twins were 1978. We have a blank space there in the 80s. I don't know what happened there. It just they didn't put anything there. We had the serial killer in 1968. There's another.
And then we bring in now there's something that you need to keep in mind when you're watching American Horror Story, that there's always going to be this entity, this force that influences all the stories and does things on top of everything else that's going on, and you never see it.
Yeah.
You don't know what it is, but it's referenced.
Yeah.
And it's always there. It was part of the house. It's part of what goes on in the asylum. Every single, leading up to.
It all traces back to the house.
Yes, because the Countess in Hotel, she ends up. That's one thing that I was trying to figure out, because she goes from Hotel. This is crossover. Sorry, guys. She goes back to the house, the murder house, and she ends up having her baby there.
Yeah.
Which supposedly is what that is, because that's not her baby. So how did she? That's okay. So I'm not the only one that's been trying to figure it out.
There's some references to that I kind of glossed over while I was doing all the cast members, and it was mainly because it does come up more in Hotel than it does here. But yeah, that's a question. And Roanoke sucked.
Yeah,
I
didn't
had
care
issues
for Roanoke.
with Roanoke. A lot of things with Roanoke.
I didn't care for Cult either.
It was crazy. That's all I can say. But there's some plot holes, and it could have been done better.
There's some issues with the way that they used history that really irk me, but that's an issue that I have. We have 2 patients of Dr. Harmon who die off of the property that come into play. We have Derek in the Piggy episode, and we have Sally Freeman, who is the woman who is so boring.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Hey guys, anybody got a question, comment?
Speak up.
Yes,
don't be shy.
We had, of course, we had the victims, Tate's victims. We have, and I couldn't find the actor's name. Anybody know who played the school librarian?
Oh, that was the teacher, wasn't it? That was the
teacher that Tate shot, but did not kill. He ended up totally and completely disabled for the rest of his life in a wheelchair, but he was still able to work, which is good. I shouldn't say that. That's not really good, but
Puzzle. Sorry.
He's getting into things, people. But so we had Detective Granger and Detective Barras, who didn't even get first names, which I kind of feel sad for them for. who were looking into Travis's death.
Yep.
We
Because
had Jack. Go
they
ahead.
set that up so he would be, because he wanted to be a model and he wanted to do all this stuff, and Constance was really hard on him, but when he was killed, they ended up doing something, that mirrored the Black Dahlia, because the Black Dahlia does show up.
Oh yes, how can we not forget that? Like the woman being sawed in half and left out in the park. Oh my god.
That's another one of the real murders that happened that are referenced in here.
I remember seeing that one a long time ago.
To a dentist. Okay, to the dentist.
Well,
Who the hell is the dentist? Because it doesn't, it's not the same person as the doctor.
Dr. Curran, which, again, this is a play on history where we honestly do not know who killed Elizabeth Short. It's unsolved still today. There are a number of different people who have been, this is the killer of the Black Dahlia, this is the killer of the Black Dahlia. We know this is, we don't know anything on that. There was not enough evidence.
Like forensics things found back then just sucked. It really was.
You know what it rhymed? Was it a reference to Little Shop of Horror by chance? Because the dentist and the ether, the laughing gas kind of thing.
Oh my god! Like I
think about
your
that.
dentist.
That show.
The nitrous oxide, and again, that also reminds me of the serial killer in England who was, and we've got Ponzi the Fox, which is also Fox Adventures. Hi, Kayla. Hello. Is somebody coming to the green room? I thought I saw somebody in the green room. Did I just see somebody and not really see somebody?
Dude, you're tripping. You're tripping.
No,
I'm kidding.
Okay, so I'm tripping. All right. Let's see. So we've got Dr. Corin, which again doesn't get a first name. R. Franklin, who was the serial killer, didn't get a first name, but we know it starts with an R. We did Dr. Hall, which was Vivian's obstetrician gynecologist. I did not get the name of the nurse that was the ultrasound.
The one that saw that one was weird because she said that she saw something and she wouldn't respond.
She wouldn't say anything, and we didn't find out. And I would have loved to have. I mean, we kind of know because of things that happened later, but I would have loved to have seen that ultrasound screen.
Yeah.
To see what she saw. Again,
well, she mentions she saw hooves.
Yeah,
and that was that metaphoric? Because obviously he would have had it changed. Michael would have had it changed in the womb if she were, unless that's what.
Yeah, I remember that part. That was creepy.
Yeah,
I mean, yes, it's symbolic towards the Antichrist. Yes,
because Michael's supposed to be the Antichrist. Michael, you hear.
That
Billy,
reminds me.
Is it Billy? Billy Dean Howard, the medium. You hear Sarah Paulson's character. You hear her make the comment that this is how the Antichrist is
the
born.
Pope's box. The Pope box.
Yeah, the
she
Pope
mentions
box.
the Pope box.
And then you've got the how do you get rid of a ghost, which leaks into Roanoke, which had nothing to do with getting rid of ghosts for real. We had Jack Colquitt, which shows up later. Different actor plays him in the other episode, but he does show up later. He's an LA missing persons detective. In this case, he's investigating Miss Boring, Sally Freeman's disappearing. And I hate that she's so boring. Make Patches say, I'm the conductor of the poop train.
No.
I think I can do that. It's
No.
not in my capabilities. I'm sorry.
No,
Um, yeah,
definitely not.
we're into this hardcore, but at the there is so much going on here. I mean, there are references to things that you don't even realize they're being referenced until you go back and watch it after you watch other seasons.
Oh,
Right.
there's something else that reminds me. There's something I need to poke in here. So, like
Okay.
mentioning of seeing of hooves inside the womb.
Uh-huh.
That also reminds me of a like kind of an urban legend of sorts that happened way back in the 1920s era, 1930s era about I think it was in Chicago. Of a supposed demon baby that was born and it caused a big uproar among the community.
And then you go back.
He was born with a tail. He was born with a tail, and he and they ended up
other
getting
demonic traits.
And you go back even further than that to the Jersey Devil.
Leeds. Yeah, I was just gonna say Mother Leeds.
Yeah,
Mother Leeds.
They had to sneak that in there too.
And like I said, there's so much that's being referenced in this. I get that in doing this, they we had the same number of people watching as we have likes. That is so fabulous. But why do we have why do we have a Roman approval rating here? Anyway, our Mary P. I'm making patches and honorary psychopath. Honorary my foot. Honorary my foot.
I do what I want when I want.
They were trying to get every possible thought that they could have into this season so they could lead off of it into another season and thus prove to the network that the series was viable. And I get that. I really do. It's just you can't just watch this season once. I don't see how you could watch any of the seasons just once because they all have these links into others.
You gotta connect them all. I mean, it's just it's like, well, wait a minute, like you said. I mean, every single time I watch it, I pick up on something new, and I'm just like, I never noticed that before. Wow.
Yeah, I didn't notice that last time.
It just adds to it.
And characters that you think are just minor, like
they turn it
Stan, the tour guide, or the security guard Luke, who Dr. Harmon really puts his own sins on.
That was that.
Yeah, and poor Marcy, the realtor. Oh my goodness, that poor woman.
Marcy's throughout the whole freaking series too, up until you get to Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Sorry, Marcy, you had to go. Eventually, you had to go. There's nothing left to sell.
Yeah, and it's just wow. Yes. No. Maybe. Do we have somebody? No. Okay, I'm looking. But there's so much going on here. We don't, and somebody in one of the pages I was looking through actually put one of the asylum characters in, and I'm going, I don't remember her being Sister Mary Eunice in Murder House. And I looked and she wasn't, but it was interesting that they accidentally brought that in. Thaddeus.
Weird.
Ben Wolf, the actor that played Thaddeus. I was looking at something else. I did not know this, but he died. Where is it? I have
got a little bit of a cursed something going on there, or what?
I don't know if it was a curse something, But I found it interesting that
It's Rosemary's Baby all over again. No, The Omen.
Hey,
There you go.
I'm Rosemary's Baby. Fun story.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
right.
I
My
still
mom's
remember
name
that.
is Rosemary.
Still, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm not little edgy thing to you.
Jim Lewis
It explains a lot. That's all.
actor
Yeah.
and producer. Gained major popularity when he played Thaddeus. And 2015, he was involved in a car accident, which gave him a serious head injury, and he later passed away after suffering a stroke. So that is one of the reasons why we see actor change before they come back to the murder house. But
yeah, because the baby's younger. Wait, no, I can't say that. I mean, see, I'm still trying to figure that one out. I'm gonna have to watch it again. But the two babies, because they look the same. Yeah. They've got that starfish face thing and deformities or whatever. But he's shown older in Murder House and shown younger in Hotel. So it's like,
yeah, it's kind of a play there. And Hotel was after he passed away. Future seasons, and this is something I found interesting. In December 5th, 2018. Oh my goodness. Murphy said that the witches from the Coven and Apocalypse will return in a future season. And we know that on January 9th of 2020, this year, guys, before all this stuff that's been going on, the series was renewed for 3 more seasons. So we have 10, 11, and 12 still coming, guys.
Yes, they're on hold this year because of the whole epidemic, whatever, sorry. And, but that means if we skip one, we might actually get possibly 2, maybe even 3 seasons in 2021. 3 freaking seasons in 1 year.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I'm reading chat, which is kind of I can't see. I'm sorry, and I want to call you horror goddess. I keep Mary P goes vegan and has to eat fake bacon on.
Oh, hi, Billy.
Hey, no,
Hello.
we're not doing fake bacon. Tofu bacon tastes terrible.
Yeah, I don't ever want to experience that ever.
So does turkey bacon. Just letting you know.
I like turkey bacon. I think it's good. Anything that's bacon flavored, it's bacon.
I don't. I was talking to my granddaughter the other day, and I happened to mention honey-covered bacon, which is candy bacon, and she was like, "But I can't see how you have sweet bacon." I said, "It's sweet bacon. Trust me, it's good." I'll have to take your word for it, Oma. What you saw, and this is what is his name? Murphy. I can't remember his first name. Ryan Murphy. One of the creators said, what you saw in the finale was the end of the Harmon house. The second season of the show will be a brand new home or building to haunt. Just like this year, every season of this show will have a beginning, middle, and the end. The second season won't be in LA. It will obviously be in America, but in a different location. Now, this was at the end of Murder House. We do see that there are a lot of tiebacks to Murder House. We do see that there are a lot of returns, quote unquote, to Murder House. Interesting people who have been brought into this whole conglomerate of thank you, Ponzi Fox, for the super chat. And we can't live with the bacon shortage any more than we can live with the doctor.
You can never go wrong with too much bacon.
Running out of time. Actually, I'm wanting Bathsheba to send me some of that deer and antelope bacon.
Mm. I can't wait. We haven't started smoking. We got it all cut down. I cut mine out. I cut all of it out. I found out how to butcher an animal. It was very interesting. You know, it was gratifying though. Being able to say that, yeah, I shot that. Yeah, I skinned that. Yeah, I butchered that for my family to feed on for this, you know, winter. And it's quite a good feeling inside, actually. Very much so.
Yeah. But I think, you know, the budget for this show has stayed right around $40 million.
Wow.
For all the seasons. There's been one or two that have gone above that and several that have been below that, but it stayed around the same time. And it's I love the way that they play with this show. I love the way that they move it around the world, around America, and they tell different stories with the different areas. I sound like a Southern woman saying that. Saying what? Or were you talking about what Bathsheba said? Bathsheba, okay.
Bathsheba.
It's so cute.
Turned me into a furry. Okay, so scroll. You know, we could go into this rabbit hole and we could fall down this rabbit hole forever, and you guys aren't answering the question. What is
who, us?
Not you guys. Chat.
Fine. I didn't want to talk to you anyways. No, I'm kidding.
Very agreed to Mondays and Wednesday. Anybody got any thoughts on that? Oh, that's interesting. That would be interesting. There's so much in this season that sets up for the rest of the series. Like I said, they were really trying to sell the show. You want to see, and this is actually a really good. It's better than the fandom page, honestly, on Murder House. I'm going to put this in there. It's a Wikipedia. Yes, I know it's Wikipedia. Blah. But it actually is very, very in depth. It goes into the concept. It goes into the cast. It's got most of the cast listed there. There's only a few people that are missing. It talks into the filming, the title secrets, everything. It is really amazing, the detail in this Wikipedia entry. And it's very well referenced. So, you know, not everything that we use came from there. This was an interesting article, which again, I have to thank Bathsheba for.
You're welcome.
The Screen Rant did a true stories that inspired season 1, including the Black Dahlia and Columbine and the house. And I'm not going to get into that, but it was originally 2475 Glendale Place, where a cardiologist murdered his wife and attempted to kill the teenage daughter. And then took his own life, very much like Larry. There's also the house, Amityville. There's also the Franklin house. There's so many houses that have things like this that have happened that are tied into this completely. And yeah, it's amazing. Yes, anybody who has been requested for submissions for the newsletter, Josie is taking those. Um, I was not even sure I was going to be able to talk about the newsletter. So yeah. Um, I put Joker's demise is back. um, Ben Sheba, James Saturday, and Mary P are working on some secret work together for this month. And you know what? It's so secret I didn't know about it until the other day.
Who knows what we are doing behind the scenes?
I want to take just a moment to remember and say thank you to the Horror Hive. As of probably today or tomorrow, the YouTube channel will be gone. The Discord is remaining because the community, it works better as a community. That's the way that it was explained to me. It works better as a community because what happens was basically people would get attention in Horror Hive and then take that back to their channel, and all their listeners would go with them. All their viewers would go with them, and the hive wasn't growing. So they're working in a bit different way. Yes, R.I.P. Eddie Van Halen. Our hearts go out to his family. So much this week. Dame's story is coming out on Reaper's channel.
Oh yes, and about 2 days from now he's going to be launching it, and there's a live chat, so you can have a nice little comment on there. I put on my Twitter feed so you can catch it.
Right. And let's see, we have Block Party with PA Nightmare coming up at 5 p.m. Eastern. We have Tomb Talk tomorrow with Celia, Evil Outcast, and CCG. And they're talking about Stereo Dread either Monday or Wednesday or both. Digital Crow, are you leaving us? Oh no. The BDSM safe. Everybody forgot the safe word. Yeah, everybody forgot the safe word, and I'm not telling you what it is. For Creepypasta Day. Creepypasta Day is actually my father's birthday. Of course, Creepypasta Day is younger than my father, so there goes that.
So he has some authority there.
Yeah, he has some authority there. But I decided that I wanted to do a classic creepypasta for Creepypasta Day, and I have chosen one by Josh Parker. I think that's the right name. I'm going to scroll back up here and make sure. Yes, Josh Parker. He wrote several different creepypastas, and I chose one of his because when I started reading it, I was like, oh, I like this. So, yeah, you don't need no safe word. We don't need no, never mind. Anybody who knows that song knows where I just went, and that's where we're going to leave that. Yes, Fear the Great White. You've got it right there. So it's the right thing to do, although I am not happy with the Horror Hive going away because I really enjoyed the work that they did. I understand, and I think that it's going to be best for everybody involved. But it does work as a community. The Discord will still be there, so those of us who are there, we can still participate there. I also have the third part of There Is a Killer in My Town. Hopefully we'll be premiering on Wednesday, not Thursday this week. Everything has been going against getting that thing out on time. I don't know, it's October. It's October. That's all I can guess. We had some family issues with my granddaughter, and that's what caused this week's delay. But it's okay. We're dealing with her and taking care of the issues there. But a big balloon nipple salads. No, that's not the safe word. Um,
Uh,
but if you have not been watching the There's a Killer in My Town, which is written by one of our horror members, Beautiful Nightmare, otherwise known as Charlie Blackmore. She also has a second book that just came out. You need to go to my channel and check that out. There is a link. See if you can figure out who the killer in the town is before we get to that part where it's
ooh.
I know, and I am trying very hard to keep my mouth shut because, yeah, yeah, it's really good. We have so much coming up, and it's Halloween month. If you, oh yeah, the artist. If you are an artist, please remember. I'm gonna put it back up here. My channel is Mia Mina. Real easy.
Yeah, come on. Tis the season for cosplay. Show it.
Yeah, I mean, this is the one time you can cosplay and nobody looks at you weird. Okay.
Are you sure about that? I don't know.
Weird. So people look at me weird even when I'm not cosplaying, but I mean, that's me.
Try explaining to the cop that pulled me over when he's like, your eyes still green? I'm like, kinda, yeah. Take my sunglasses off, I got my contacts in, and he's like, holy shit. I'm sorry.
Invokes Implodium. We love you all. We thank you all. We thank the Z Horde. We thank our new listeners. We thank you lurkers. Hi lurkers. Please remember to hit that like. Share this out. So even those who weren't here can come back and listen to it and enjoy it. Thank you to Dezombified. We will be back with the Horror Honeyz next week. And this is something we didn't really get into because Sheba wasn't here. We're going to talk about that and see what we're going to come up with for next week because I had an idea. Actually, it's Mary's idea. Give credit where credit is. It was Mary's idea, and it may give you guys, some of you guys may be able to jump in with us and see if we can show some fun stuff on the screen. Is anybody got anything else we need to talk about? Real quick.
Not that I can know.
Don't forget to stay tuned for the next show.
Yes, please make sure you stay tuned for the Writer's Block Party. And if you can't tell, PA Nightmare is going to be focusing on the writers of the horror community. And he has got some amazing people coming up. And that's all I'm going to say. Not global warming. That is not, no, it is not. We love you all. Thank you for being here. Come back be with us next week. Be safe, everyone. And 1, 2, 3.
Bittersweet dreams.
Can you dig it? I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum. Can you dig it? Can you dig it?